It's time to save the series. Again. It doesn't seem very long ago that Dr. Jones saved Regen Rovers. That was episode 8. Episode 16 today. And we're in a similar position. It's a better position than last time because we are 1 point outside the relegation zone going into this 4-game bumper special today. But it is incredibly tight, as you can see. We could finish possibly as high as 14th, maybe 15th is more realistic. But we could finish bottom. Whitehawk have come from nowhere. They've won their last few games. They're unbeaten for a while, I think. And they are on a roll. They could survive. It's quite miraculous what they've done. Gosport and Bath are now below us. Just 1 point below us, but we're only 1 point behind Dartford, Margate and Basingstoke Town and 2 behind Concord Rangers. It is so tight, it is crazy. It's been a pretty tight league all round. St Albans City top of the table. They've moved above Chelmsford City surprisingly. 66 points. That's only 28 points ahead of bottom of the table Whitehawk. That is just a really tight league this year. Fine margins. It really is fine margins. On the topic of Fan Corner, quite a few of you have been sending me kits this year in the hope that we'll survive another season, Season 3, and I can select a new home, away and maybe third kit for Season 3. I will be deciding the kits at the end of this episode and we'll have a vote on Twitter essentially as to what the kit should be for next year. The same goes to logo. I've had a couple of people make me new logos. We'll have to decide whether to keep the current one for Season 3 or go with a new one. That's completely up to you. I'm going to leave the vote up to you, those of you on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, make sure you go and follow Regen Rovers on Twitter at Regen Rovers quite simply. I'll try and put the link in the description below if I remember. So I'm leaving these sort of these decisions up to you because I feel that's important. I don't want to go against your back. Some very sad news, guys. Alfie Doddington has left Regen Rovers. I know some of you will be very upset. Some of you will be angry about this decision. It wasn't my decision. I tried to give him a new contract. He didn't want a part-time deal. He wanted to stay on the non-contract, meaning anyone could come in for a free. And he's actually gone to Grays Athletic, who are in, I have no idea what they're in the Ryman League Premier Division. So they're playing at level 7 below the Vanarama South. So for whatever reason, he's decided to drop down a division to that level. He's actually on a proper contract, earning £170 a week rather than a non-contract. But I was willing to give him a proper contract. And I'm sad because I love Doddington because of his name. Alfie Doddington, what a great name. Maybe we can get him back one day. I'm going to keep following him to see how his career progresses. But for us, he had a decent time. Last season, 1 goal, 4 assists, 6.76 average rating was all right. But this season, 2 goals, 8 assists and a 6.87 average rating. Much better. He was actually really good for us this year. So it's sad times. But sometimes you just have to let players go. And that's what's going to happen this series. Certain players, certain legends of the series will have to leave at some point. Another player leaving at the end of the season is someone that you probably won't be too bothered about, Isaac Aqua, who has been dreadful, I must say. I don't know what, I mean, he's got decent attributes. I think things like concentration has really let him down this year, if I'm honest. Maybe tackling as well of 7, which is quite low for a defender. And he decided not to sign a new deal with the club. I did see if I could get a cheap deal with him. He was one of the higher earners at the club in terms of his bonuses if he did play, but he's decided to go. Where's he going? I can't remember where he's going. There we go. He's joining Galway United on the 1st of July. So he's going over to the Republic of Ireland. So goodbye to Isaac as well. Not too sad about that one. However, some exciting news. I would like to introduce Callum Davis to you. Now you look at him and you think, cool, this guy's pretty poor. He's not great, is he? 7 finishing, average. Composure 9, average. Off the ball, 8, average. But altogether, that's okay because most of our strikers don't have average attributes on everything. They have one very good attribute and then everything else is quite poor. And he's been banging the goals in for the under-18s. For the under-18s league, he scored 12 goals in 14 starts and 7 sub-appearances. I have posted this guy on Twitter, by the way, so some of you will already have been introduced to him. But a great record in the under-18s. He caught my eye. I kept seeing his name pop up in the reports for the match. So I stuck him in the under-23s for a few games. 3 goals in 3 starts and 1 sub-appearance for the under-23s. Very good. Now, this was a time where Ormsby and Todd weren't particularly playing very well. Todd has actually been dropped down to the under-23s because he's only scored 1 goal this year. It's not good enough. Ormsby, on the other hand, has been pretty decent at times. But I thought I'd give Callum Davis a chance in the first team. And in his first 3 games, he scored 3 goals. He's now got 3 goals in 5 games for us. What a record. And he just doesn't look that amazing. He's got a 2 greyed out star current ability, according to my assistant, which is terrible. You know, that's grey stars are below the gold stars. So he hasn't even got a half a star current ability, according to my assistant. So it's quite strange, but he's scoring goals, and that's all that matters. And heading into this bumper special 4-game episode where we're trying to save the series, we have a real chance of surviving thanks to him, actually. In the last video, you'll remember we had an epic 3-3 draw against Gosport and an epic 3-2 win against Bath. But then we lost a couple of games against Dulwich and St Albans City, who are fighting for the league, of course. But you can see here, against Dulwich, who were at the time a relegation candidate, they seem to have got out of trouble now. It's disappointing. They went 2-0 up, but we got back into the game thanks to Dion Mills, who has been a goal machine. He's been fantastic. I would say he actually has a chance of being Player of the Year for Regen Rovers. Probably Jack Young is the favourite, isn't he, realistically? But look at that little dinked header from a Sparks cross. He has taken on the mantle of Doddington very well. Sparks is putting in some fantastic crosses for us. The guy on loan from Swindon. I might try and sign him permanently if he continues his form. And we made it 2-2 thanks to an Ormsby goal. Mills, lovely ball through to Ormsby. Remember, Mills has 13 on passing. He's only got 2 on heading, but he scored a couple of headers this year. And that was Dan Ormsby's 7th goal of the season. But they did turn it around. They got a 60th minute goal. Sheriff then got sent off. And then they confirmed victory in the 90th minute. And then a 3-1 defeat against St Albans. It's not the end of the world because they are fighting for the title. But it was very encouraging to see Callum Davis score on his debut. Jack Young has actually been really bad the last few games. He has scored a couple more goals, but 5.9 today, it was not his day at all for whatever reason. And there's been a few iffy performances from him of late. Sylvester has not been best pleased, and nor have I. But look at this, brilliant first touch, takedown. Took it down beautifully and put it in the corner. Brilliant on his debut. That is just remarkable. And then against Margate, he scored 2 goals. So he hasn't scored since then, but 2 crucial goals from Davis. Aqua got sent off. I put him back in the team and he let me down. And Richard Wilson then scored an own goal, because we were 2-1 up at that point. But let's look at the 2 Callum Davis goals. Dr. Jones into Mills, out wide to Sparks. Like I said, putting in some great crosses. A fantastic header from Davis there to put us 1-0 up. But they equalised, then Davis put us 2-1 up. Like I said, they did equalise after that, so a little bit disappointing in the end. But overall, it's been alright. Good finish there from a lucky break. So 3 goals in 2 games for him, but like I said, he hasn't scored in the last 3 games. But fortunately, Jack Young was able to score a penalty against Basingstoke, one of our relegation rivals, and Richard Wilson got another goal. Look at this, straight down the middle. Keeper's just awful, as I've said in the last episode. And then Richard Wilson going up here, you can see, look at him, he's so far forward. And it's a great finish. It's a striker's finish from the centre-back. I don't believe it. And that's his 2nd goal of the season. But we then lost 2-1 against Sutton United. We did take the lead through Leon Woodland, but Sutton were just too much for us. Of course, I'm playing the attacking tactic, so we're going to be losing games. But we've also got a great chance of winning lots of games. Lovely finish from Woodland there. And we did actually win the next game 1-0. Can't believe we managed to get another clean sheet. Dion Mills with the winning goal to put us in with a real chance of surviving and bringing Concord Rangers into the relegation battle, in fact. This is Leon Thompson and another header from Mills. Brilliant stuff. That was his 8th goal of the season. I think he's our 2nd top goal scorer going into the end of the season. Yes. Jack Young, 18 goals. Can he get to 20? Hope so. Mills, 8. Ormsby 7 and Leon Thompson with 5. Assist-wise, Young is the top assist still. Doddington, of course, did get 8, so the next best is actually Woodland with 6. And average rating-wise, Jack Young is top, but Callum Davis, in his 5 games for us, 7.00 average rating. Brilliant from him. And In this first game, we are taking on Whitehawk, who are the easiest team theoretically that we should be playing, but they've been on a fantastic run of form. They're fighting for their lives. In fact, they did lose the last game. They went on an incredible unbeaten run, but they've lost against relegation rivals Gosport, so that might be in our favour. In other news, quite a few players don't want to sign new contracts just yet. Grant You War is the most notable one, in fact, but they might just go to non-contracts, rolling contracts, if they don't agree to sign, or maybe if we survive, then they will sign. But there's plenty of players that have agreed to sign. I'm giving Connor Todd another chance. I've got some new staff members, by the way. Those of you that haven't been following me on Twitter, there's a couple of people that have left. If you just think about the level that we're playing at, Liam Simmons is our best player according to our assistant, current ability-wise, and he would be a leading player for most regional Premier Division sides. So he's not even a leading player at Conference South level. He's a leading player at the division below. So he's probably like an average player at Conference South, and he's our best player. So it just shows what we're up against. Apparently, he could become a National League Central defender, like Premier League, National League Premier, not English Premier League player in the future. Obviously, with my new formation, there's no fullbacks playing, so I'm just getting my fullbacks to play in the under-18s and the under-23s. Maybe a little bit harsh on the fullbacks, getting rid of them from the formation, but it just wasn't working. I mean, Yadom's made so many appearances for me, but he's never been that good, to be honest. His average rating over the 2 years, last year 6.77, okay, couple of assists. This year he's actually scored a goal, but only a 6.72 average rating in all competitions, 6.66 in the league. It's not good enough. He's made mistakes. No one's really ever talked about him. None of you guys have ever really been a massive fan of him, probably because he's not really done anything, to be honest. He's got an interesting haircut as well. One thing I do need to do is actually give Callum Davis a contract, because he's not actually on a contract at the moment. Now he's turned 17. I'm going to give him, a part-time contract just to hold on to him. Yep, there we go. And an appearance fee if he does play. So he's guaranteed £20 a week. Can buy some Tutti Fruities with that. And he gets an appearance fee of 80 quid when he does play. I just want to hold on to him, just in case he turns into some superstar striker at some point. What a strange tweet from Ted Kenny. No chance here against Whitehawk. At least we can admire how well Daniel Papoy will play against us. Well, don't support Regen Rovers then. Go and support Whitehawk, Ted. So we are away from home in this first game. This massive, massive game. Hold on to your hats. This is going to be a bumper roller coaster ride today. 4 matches playing with ridiculous tactics where we can score 7 goals, but we could concede 9 goals in the same match. It is a risky tactic. I'm going with War, Olukunle, Wilson and Simmons at the back. Sheriff in defensive midfield. We've got Thompson on the right, Sparks on the left, who's been pretty good lately. Doesn't reflect in his average rating, but he has been putting in some good crosses. Woodland in the middle behind Mills, who has been sensational in that position. Davis alongside Jack Young, and we've got Ormsby on the bench if need be. Charlie Morris as the defensive cover, Luke Kitely as the right midfielder, and Dr. Jones with Owusu in goal. I'm tempted to put, I think we need to, the best player of last year, according to the game. We're going to put Markland into the senior team. He won't be on the bench today. Everything's going down. He's just... How was he player of the year last year? I don't know. Anyway, we've only got one left winger in the first team at the moment, so we'll stick him in, and maybe he'll play a part in the last few games today. Come on, you younglings. We love you, Rovers. We do. We love you, Rovers. We do. So they're playing a classic sort of 4-5-1, but with defensive midfielder and wingers. This is a must-win game, really, because the other 3 games, particularly against Ebbsfleet and Bognor, they are both actually in with a chance of winning the title if results go their way. It just makes this really important. But Whitehawk have a very strong team. Taylor Tombides is a good player, as is Leroy Lita at this level. Leroy Lita is playing for Whitehawk. They're bottom of the table. I just don't know how they've messed up so badly this season, but they really have a good chance of surviving now. And we will have to be very careful against them. The fact they're playing wingers and I'm not playing any fullbacks could be problematic. But the beauty of this tactic is there's a lot of goals involved. And I'm just going to go direct rather than go route 1. And it does mean we can win 4-3, we can lose 4-3. It's thrilling stuff for you guys watching. But for me and my heart, it's not so good. I really want to survive. 2 minutes into the game, we're outside the relegation zone. But here go Whitehawk. We generally do like to concede early goals in a game. All that almost went in, but I don't worry too much because we do tend to score almost every game with this tactic. In fact, have we scored every game with this tactic? Probably, actually. But we are actually in the relegation zone now. It's just so topsy-turvy, and that's just going to be the way it is today, unfortunately. I'd say Whitehawk are favourites to win this. They've been on a real roll, apart from losing the last game. And here's Lita. Wilson's on a yellow card already. Tom Bides, good save by War. We're not picking up the wingers. Maybe I have to go with the defensive wingers and be sensible here. Because I have to adapt to what they are doing, don't I? To hold on. And if they can pull back and mark the wingers, that would be useful. But it's a corner to Whitehawk. We're not great at defending set pieces, but Wilson blasts that clear. That was a Victor Meldrew pump up the pitch. And we're in a good position here. Sparks with the throw. Back to Young. Back into Sparks. You can put a good ball into Mills. It's back to Sheriff, who scores a beautiful goal. What a strike from Gareth Sheriff. Gareth Sheriff, baby. Gareth Sheriff. Oh, he scored 2 fantastic goals this season. I'm not sure which one's better. This is just a sweet strike with his weaker right foot. I think he's left-footed. What a goal that was unstoppable, that one. Absolutely brilliant from Gareth Sheriff. And with that goal, we're up to 17th place. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. The strikers aren't doing anything today. I'm going to swap Young and Davis around, see if that makes a difference. The defensive wingers, since I've done that, they've not had the ball. So maybe that was a good move on my part. Let's start the second half. I'm surprised there hasn't been chances galore. There probably will be towards the end of the game. Tends to be the case with this tactic. I'm going to bring... I can't bring Sparks. He's on a yellow. There's no one to come on the left wing. Woodland's looking nervous. I'm going to drop Dion Mills into the middle. And I'm going to bring Dr. Jones on. Dr. Jones. Jones calling Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, you're going to save the day again. I tried to fit so many lyrics into tune. It just doesn't work. But there we go. Is this an opportunity for Whitehawk to get back into this game and break my heart? It looks like it will be. But War saves it. The shot was straight at the keeper. We get lucky there. This is when it gets nervous. I should probably go counter. Dan Ormsby's going to come on. He's going to come on for Callum Davis, who hasn't scored in the last 4 games now. But he's actually got a better racing than Jack Young today, who has been not great lately. It's really quite strange. We'll just make the one change. So if I go counter, we'll concede, won't we? And you guys will be saying you should have kept it on attacking. Attacking's the best form of defence. There's just the highlights are starting to increase. Dion Mills can't bring that ball down very well. And here go Whitehawk. Great ball in. War collects it calmly though. Thank you, Grant War, for actually being a goalkeeper today. Could maybe go short passing and hang on to the ball instead. But that's probably too late now. And Sheriff's going to get sent off again after a fantastic goal. He's just let us down. Another second yellow carded red card. And he's going to be suspended. Possibly for the rest of the season because he missed 2 games last time he got a red card. This might be his 3rd red card of the season, I don't know. Well, that's very irritating. Charlie Morris is going to have to come on. He's going to come on for Jack Young, and what I'm going to do is he's going to play defensive midfield, and now we just have to go defensive, I'm afraid, guys, and waste time. Short passing, retain possession. This did actually work in the last game against Concord Rangers. I was desperately trying to hold on for a 1-0, and it could work. 10 seconds to go. It's battered clear. Blow the whistle. It literally went from like the 80th minute to full time there when I went defensive. And we have won this game. What a crucial 1-0 win. Our second 1-0 win in a row. Very surprising considering the tactic. You guys know how attacking it is. But we survive and we go up to 17th place. We're 4 points above Margate, who are now in the relegation zone. Oh, that could be enough. We might not need to win another game this season. This is actually a real blow. Sheriff out for the last 3 games because of that red card. I assume it's his 3rd red card of the season. Disappointing. And who do I play defensive midfield? Do I go with Whittingham, who hasn't played all season now? Ron Whittingham, 6.73 average rating in the under-23s this season. Or maybe someone else that hasn't actually played. Jeff Kearns, who doesn't look amazing, has a slightly better average rating than Ron though. Or this guy who he's only played 1 sub appearance for the under-23s. Kerslake Hone, tackling 10. Alternatively, I play someone like Kevin Griffiths there, who has incredible free kicks. I haven't really shown you this guy before, but he's interesting. He's got some interesting attributes. Or I can play a defender there. I could play Chris Morris there. I could pull Dion Mills back there and then bring Dr. Jones into there. That's what I have done previously when Sheriff was suspended, and might be the sensible thing to do. And bring Markland onto the bench. I think I have to do that, actually. Dion Mills isn't a defensive midfielder, but I'm sure he can do a job there. One thing I do need to discuss with you is Twitter and players on Twitter. So there's some of you that have created Twitter accounts for some of these players. And like I said in the last episode, I need to make a decision about this, whether they should be official ones or not. My fear about more than one player being created has come true. There's now 2 Jack Youngs on Twitter, which has made me think these are going to be fake accounts, guys. So those of you that have created these players, you can use them as fake accounts, so you could have them as parodies of the players, or just as personal accounts, essentially, but you talk about Regen Rovers. If you've heard of the football Twitter thing, where you've got, like, finally Firmino on those weird accounts, some of them. Some of them are okay, but some of them are a little bit weird. But if you want to have that sort of thing, and you can discuss Regen Rovers on there from your personal point of view rather than from pretending to be the player, then that's fine. You can of course pretend to be the player, but it'd be a parody. But what I might do at some point is actually create some official Twitter accounts for some of these players if I have the time, and there'd just be the odd tweet every now and then, maybe 2 or 3 a season from each player, and I can retweet them on Regen Rovers Twitter account. We'll see. Let me know your opinions on that. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I've not been responding to your tweets, guys. There's been massive discussions between these fake players on Twitter going around. The effort and dedication is admirable, but I think to be on the safe side, we'll say those can be fake accounts. Thank you for putting in the effort, time and effort to, do that sort of thing. But for now, we'll make them fake accounts, and you guys can sort of be parodies of those players. Looks like we're going to lose another coach. Everyone's sniping my staff members, and Kevin Chandler does not want to have a new contract at the club. He's one of our coaches. It's a bit annoying because the club are sometimes spending money on them improving their coaching badges, and then they're getting sniped by other teams. So I'm going to have to find someone new, I think, at the end of the season. So Callum Davis has signed a deal with the club. I find it strange how sometimes the faces of the Regens change. I put a screenshot of Callum Davis on Twitter, and somehow he's now got, it looks like one sideburn, and his face looks slightly different. His hair is definitely different. It's really odd. They're just changing. And Kevin Chandler has left, so I do need to find a new coach ASAP. Preferably an attacking coach, because I don't have an attacking member of staff now. So let's just go to staff search, and we'll look for the best attacking coach around that I can get. That is a regen, of course. That is very important. Attacking. So he's at a club. He's not best regen is, oh no, there's not many around. Chris Tether, 11, or Ashley Wheatley. Adaptability is high. Chris Tether, I think Ashley Wheatley looks better actually. He's got a good level of discipline, which would be good for the youngsters. I think he's got 12 on working with youngsters, which is alright. So I'm going to offer him a position as an ordinary coach. Push that down. We want to get rid of this. Some of the coaches do have these on, the ones that have been at the club a while, but that's fair enough. There we go. A few people have been asking about the likes of Joe Gordon and DJ, not been playing much this season. They've both suffered from injuries quite a lot this year. Joe Gordon had another 2-month injury of strained knee ligaments, meaning his playtime has been restricted this year. He's only played 2 starts and 3 sub-appearances in the league this year. He's played a few games for the under-23s when he hasn't been injured, but it's not been his year. It's a shame because I really liked him last year, and it has stilted his development. His physicals are going down. I liked his technique ability last year, bravery as well, and vision, work rate. It was nice. He was good, a good player for us. And he has picked up 1 assist this year, but injuries look like it could ruin his career. Hopefully he'll still have a future at the club. DJ, on the other hand, fan favourite, I guess. DJ Dictionary. Once again, injuries. He has suffered from injuries. I think he's just coming back from an injury. 5 starts, 9 sub-appearances, 3 assists. Not bad going. 6.84 average rating is pretty good. So hopefully he'll play a part in the last 3 games. Voting for the player of the season. There's none of my players in there, are there? Let's just go for the highest average rating, I think. Maxime Bimou. It's nice that you get to vote. And we're about to sign a new coach, Ashley Wheatley. Welcome to the club, my friend. He's, on attacking coaching, 3-star. Not bad going at all. We do have some of the best coaching staff in the division. I get these messages every single game. Mills, War, Simmons set to become our leading league appearance maker. Every single game. Of course they are, because they're in the lead. Well, I don't need to get reminded every game, do I? That they are in the lead. They've all made 76 league appearances or whatever. So we're at home to Hemel Hempstead, who are mid-table. Nothing's going to really happen for them this year. 52 points. Yeah, they're not going to get into the playoffs, and they're not going to get relegated. So hopefully that leads to us winning this game comfortably. I'm going to play it down Ormsby again. We'll give him another chance in the first team. Callum Davis hasn't scored for a few games, so let's put Dan Ormsby back into the squad. Sparks will keep his place on the left side of midfield, but we've got Markland to come on, and we'll give him maybe a bit of game time, his first appearance of the season. DJ could maybe be on the bench in the next game. He's just played in the reserves, which is why he's tired. Let's go! Do not fear. Paul is here. We will survive. We will. We're 4 points above the relegation zone. Is that right? I think we are. No, 2 points above the... Why did I think we were 4 points above the relegation zone? We're 2 points above the relegation zone. 10 wins, 15 draws, 14 defeats. I think we lost 14 games last year. We just drew so many. We've already won one more game than last year, I think. We got 42 points last year. So we're 3 ahead of that. We started today with the same number of points we managed last season. We just haven't had an impressive unbeaten run like last year, where we went unbeaten for 15 games at the end of the season. But I'd rather it this way. We just, lose as many games as we win, because you actually end up with more points that way. Come on, lads, let's keep it going. Let's give some encouragement to the defence. I'm not going to put it on defensive wingers just yet, but if I see their wingers punishing us, then I will do. Come on, Young, I want you to get 20 goals this season. You might get stuck on 18. Battered clear there, but there's no one pick. Oh, here's Wilson. Richard Wilson into Ormsby. Can he find someone? It's over to Jack Young. What's he going to do with it? It's a lovely ball out wide to Leon Thompson. Can he whip a ball? And he can. And that's a brilliant finish from Jack Young, his 19th goal of the season. It's a lovely cross from Thompson, but that is a fabulous volley into the bottom left-hand corner after 2 minutes. This tactic creates goals, I tell you. It's whipped in. Look at this. That is brilliant technique past the keeper's outstretched arm. And suddenly we've flown up to 15th as it stands, but it's a free kick to Hemel Hempstead, headed away by Dion Mills, who blasts it clear. And it's back into the box. This is dangerous. Consents a goal here. It is a goal. It's 1-1. And we're back down to 19th all of a sudden, because other teams are doing well today by the looks of it. We're still in trouble, aren't we? We really are. And that's off the line. And Ola Cudley puts it behind. He put his left leg in there and stuck it behind for another corner. And we're up against it all of a sudden. These set pieces are a real problem for us. And it's a good block there. They're having chances galore. Get rid of it, guys. Get rid of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Great block again. It's just relentless from Hemel Hempstead. You're mid-table. Just lie down. Put your flip-flops on and go to Barbados, guys. More like Skegness probably at this level, but still. Up to 18th position. War catches that. Maybe I should just be more reserved for the last few games now that we have a lead over certain teams. But here's Jack Young. Back to Dr. Jones. Into Ormsby. Ormsby. Dr. Jones. Woodland. What's he going to do? It's back to Dion Mills. This is lovely triangular play here. Jack Young, what a goal! It's his 20th goal of the season. What a strike from the legend. He has scored some fabulous goals this season. Is that the best? I don't know, but that was incredible. What a strike from him. He suddenly turned it on after a few poor games. That is a mighty, beautiful strike. Oh, blimey is the word for that. Pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. The Dan Ormsby-Jack Young partnership probably is the best one, to be fair. I suppose Callum Davis has scored. Although Young did set up a goal for Callum Davis. Did he? I think so. Not 100% sure. Maybe their partnership just isn't flourishing as well, which is why Young was struggling. I'm going to play the defensive winger option again. Put them there. And we're going to just go direct rather than route 1. At the moment, we're in 15th, but it seems to be when they equalise, we drop all the way down, don't we? It's just the nature of the beast at the moment. Here's Ola Cudley into Leon Thompson. Nice ball into Woodland. What's he going to do? It's into Ormsby, who gives the ball away. That's poor. And now they can break and maybe break our hearts. But it's blocked. Can Ormsby get on the end of that? No, he can't. Ulukunli does though. It's blasted up the pitch for Jack Young. Oh, he hasn't scored a hat-trick for us yet, but that was a fantastic opportunity. That was probably the easiest of the lot. It was brought down brilliantly though by him. Just couldn't be converted. He's unlucky. I'll let him off there. Here's Sparks into Dr. Jones. We've been playing some beautiful football today, but Dr. Jones gave that away cheaply, and I have a feeling Dion Mills might end up with a red card here as they equalise, and we're going to drop all the way down to 19th place again. It is so tight, I tell you. Going to drop the defence back. Don't want to get beaten by that again and return off the offside trap, which, to be honest, I don't think really works anyway. I'm going to bring Dion Mills off for Charlie Morris, who's going to play defensive midfield again. Liam Simmons having a mare, 5.7. And I'm actually going to bring Callum Davis on for Ormsby. We'll give him another go up front. Maybe he can score the winner today. I can't believe how close it is at the bottom. We've won the first game. We're drawing 2-2 and we're in 19th place still. Everyone else is winning. It's very frustrating. And we could still end up losing this game despite 2 cracking goals from Jack Young. Here's Thompson. What's he going to do? It's over the top for Davis. Davis into Dr. Jones. Woodland, lovely play. Young. Dr. Jones. Woodland. Oh, nice play. Davis can't get the shot away and they're going to bring it clear, but Wilson steps in. Lovely stuff. Morris into Woodland. Dr. Jones. It's just so nervous. I'm so nervous that I'm going to give the ball away as Jack Young scores his hat-trick, his first hat-trick of this. Did he get one last year? He definitely hasn't got one this year. But Jack Young with his 21st goal of the season. Another fabulous strike from him. He just produces something from nothing every single time. His goals are just brilliant. Absolutely stupendous. And we will go defensive now because it worked in the last game, so I have to do it again. We're going to retain possession, and this is what I'm going to do. Last substitute. Markland's coming on for Sparks for his first appearance of the season. Let's hope he doesn't let us down. It's a topsy-turvy season, but they've won a corner. And it's over. I thought that was in. I thought that was in. Hang on, guys. Hang on. It's never easy for Regen Rovers, is it? If we can put some teams behind us, though, then it will make things so much easier. As that goes out of play, and we've got 10 seconds to hang on. The Ultras are going crazy here. There's one of you probably in that crowd, and we've won. Oh, relief all round. What a performance from Jack Young. What a performance. I have to give him an individual one. Absolutely fabulous stuff. And we're up to 15th place. We're still only 2 points above the relegation zone. No, 3 points, sorry, above the relegation zone. It can all change. And we can finish anywhere between 13th, probably, and 22nd. Well, maybe not 22nd now. In fact, we can't finish 22nd now. But it is a ridiculous season. It really is. And I've received some sort of Steam achievement. Apparently I've scored for 20 consecutive games. That's what I'm talking about from us, guys. I suppose in the next game we might be able to confirm safety before the last day of the season. It has been brilliant today. 1-0 win against Whitehawk, 3-2 win against Hemel Hempstead, hat-trick from Jack Young. What a player he is. I love him. Team of the week, Jack Young, but he's been stuck in midfield. He's still described as a midfielder for some reason. Look, young midfielder. He's a striker for us. He's best as a strike. He's got 13 on finishing, for goodness sake. He's got passing of 4. Why would he be a midfielder? I swear his face has changed again. What the hell was up with this? His face has changed. That is not Jack Young's face. The game is just... What? This is really confusing because you will remember I was looking at Jack Young before and I put it on a thumbnail. Episode 13 thumbnail. That was his face then. And now it's changed. He suddenly turned into Grant War. I swear that's Grant War. Look, he's very similar to Grant War anyway. What is going on? Unless he's had some sort of weird haircut. He's grown his hair out, but isn't his face different? Maybe not. His face is different, but his forehead's definitely got bigger. I don't know what's going on with the Regen faces. If there is a Regen face pack that I can download, then I will do, because that might sort out the problem. I don't think there's any point doing a player of the season competition on Twitter. I will do one anyway. I'll pick 4 players that have played very well, but Jack Young is surely player of the season. Liam Simmons out of this game. Food poisoning. He's eaten a dodgy cheesecake probably. So it does mean the team's going to have to change. Do I play Aqua? It could be his last appearance for the club. Let's risk it. Let's put him in there and give him one last chance to say goodbye to the fans and put in a decent performance. Other than that, I think I'm going to have to stick with the same team. Although DJ maybe he deserves to be on the bench. Let's put him on the bench instead of Kitely. And I'm going to give Callum Davis another chance up front. He scored 3 goals in his first 2 games for the club. Dan Ormsby isn't quite match sharp, which is maybe a reason to play him. So, it doesn't matter, it's the end of the season. Let's go with this. If we can improve upon last season's 19th finish, then I'll be very happy. But it's very tight. We've got Bath City, they're playing Ebbsfleet today, who are fighting for a playoff place. We're of course taking on Bognor Regis, who are also fighting for a playoff place. They can't win the league anymore though, so that's good. Oxford City and Gosport both playing. They're playing each other. Interesting. It's a really intriguing end to this season. I'll send my assistant to that, can't be bothered to answer those questions. They're playing a classic 4-3-3. I don't know what to do. I've not really played 4-3-3 for very long. I suppose if my wingers attack, then the fullbacks can't really get forwards very easily. If I've got them on defensive wingers, then it invites the pressure on. That's my thinking anyway. We'll see how it goes. I will drop the defence deeper though. They're playing against 3 strikers, and we're just going to go direct passing rather than go route 1. Don't want to give the ball away too easily to Bognor Regis, who of course have been very dangerous this season. We're playing in black in our away kit. Here's Aqua, giving him another opportunity at the back. Hopefully he doesn't let me down, he probably will. Got Charlie Morris to come on though, if need be, my new signing in January. Here's Woodland, over to Thompson. Thompson, lovely ball into Davis, back kills it to Dr. Jones, who can create some magic. It's over to Sparks, into Jack Young, who crosses it in, and Callum Davis with an awful header. Should have scored. He's been finishing them most of the time in the under 18, under 23 and at this level. I want him to do well because he's been doing well, but maybe he just had a really fluky lucky spell and now he's come to the end of that maybe, I don't know. And this is dangerous and it's blocked. But it's 1-0 to Bognor. But can we get back into this game straight away? We've given the ball away. That is poor. Poor throw-in. Leon Thompson just throws it to them, basically. Wilson can't get a foot in there. They're still on the ball. I think this is probably going to be 2 for Bognor Regis, who... Oh, no, Woodland can't get on the end of that. It's not looking good for us today. What is going on here? Well, right, okay. There we go. Should I go make a cup of tea or something? What the hell was going on there? Seriously, here's Jack Young, who can score and it's 1-1. I'm not complaining, but blimey, what on earth was that? Hilarious stuff. And Jack Young makes it 1-1 with his 22nd goal of the season. It's through the keeper's hands, who just go like that. Strong hands from the keeper, eh? 1-1. That's pretty good going. I'm happy so far. Callum Davis is going to come off. He's let me down. I'll speak quietly so he doesn't hear. He's let me down today, but he might get another chance at some point. Let's go with that then. We'll keep it on attacking. Seems to be working relatively well, doesn't it? Dr. Jones, can this be an early chance? Ormsby out wide to Thompson. Can he put a good ball in? He does, but it's straight into the keeper's arms. At the moment, as it stands, we're in 16th place. 4 points above the relegation zone. We will survive if we hang on to this result. I'm going to bring off Sparks for Aidan Markland, and DJ's going to come on for Dr. Jones, 2 legends. Really appreciate a goal from our end just to kill this off so it's not nervous towards the end of the game. I'm now going to go counter, and we've won a corner with 3 minutes to go in injury time. Woodland crosses it in. It's a beautiful manoeuvre, and Thompson scores. I think the assist. Oh, it's an own goal. It's an own goal, so Thompson gets the assist, I guess. That was going on target though. I would say that's a Thompson goal. Woodland whips it in. Markland does really well with the header on his... Oh, yeah, it was going wide actually. It was going wide. Winter. Their Winter, not our Winter, who has hardly played this season, by the way. Hopefully has won the game for us. And survival with 1 game to go. We just need to end it on a high against Ebbsfleet. We've won 4 games in a row. That's unheard of. Brilliant, brilliant win against a team that were fighting for the league title not long ago. And we are taking on Ebbsfleet in the last game, who will want that playoff place. I kind of expect us to lose that, to be honest, because we'll be playing in our flip-flops. Yeah, we've survived. We have survived with 1 game to spare. What an achievement. We're in 13th. That looks really good at the moment. We might finish as low as 18th, but we've definitely improved upon last season's result. That is brilliant. We've got the worst defence with 1 game to go. 75 goals conceded. Compared to last season when we only conceded 50, but last season we only scored 36. And this season we've scored 65. It just shows the nature of this tactic for this last half of the season that we've been using, really. It is mental. But we've won 4 games in a row, and who would have thought this would work? This weird 3 at the back. It's just bizarre, but it is working. We concede goals, but we score goals, and it's all a bit of fun, really. Still can't believe Grant Wall had 2 goals this season. That's just brilliant. Chelmsford have won the league. I'm happy for them. They've been promoted. It gets them out of our hair because they are just annoying. Jack Young could be top goal scorer this season if everything goes his way in the last game. 22 goals. He's been remarkable. It is so beautiful to see those words. Regen Rovers avoid relegation with 1 game to spare. Woodland, man of the match. He has been really good for us this season. We signed him last summer. He's been an unsung hero. He's done really, really well. 6.94 average rating. Anyone that gets above a 6.9 for us is good. 4 goals, 7 assists, 4 man of the matches. Excellent stuff. Liam Simmons has been paid $1,500 for surviving. That is not good for our finances, which are really, really quite screwed. If we survive, maybe we get some money. I don't know. Minus 72 grand. What is going on? So it's the last day of the season. We've already survived. Some of you may have switched off by now, knowing that we've survived. But just for the fun, let's take on Hempstead United in a 4th live com today and try and confirm a decent place in the league. It will be tough against Hempstead. We've often struggled against them, I think, and they are fighting for a playoff place, so that will make it even tougher. We're not going to play Aqua at the back. We're going to put Liam Simmons back into the team. Dion Mills will continue in defensive midfield. I'm actually going to give Markland a run out on the left side of midfield. Dr. Jones. I'm going to play DJ instead of Dr. Jones. He's been okay, Dr. Jones, in that position, but he does give the ball away a bit too often for my liking. So go with him, and we're going to play Ormsby up front alongside Jack Young. That partnership is very good. So for the last time in this 2nd season, let's click submit team. I'm happy. I'm so happy we're not having a crazy relegation battle in the last game and possibly the last second of the season. We have survived relatively comfortably in the end. 1 game to spare isn't actually that comfortable, but still, there were so many teams in it. It's been such a tight division this year. They're going with I might need to play defensive wingers against that formation. Tend to struggle a little bit. So that's what I am going to do. Markland and Thompson will play as the defensive wingers, but we'll leave it on attacking and structured. Let's hope that the financial side of the club doesn't screw us over for next year, because I think we need to add like 90 seats or something to the stadium for it to fit with the standards of the division. I really hope that doesn't just ruin this campaign, this series in a way. Be really harsh. Here you go, Ebbsfleet, early on. We do like to concede early goals, and we have done there. War had dived, it was an open goal, and we're losing 1-0 early on, but it really doesn't matter if we lose this game. It would be nice to end with a bang, with a win, of course. I'm pleased to hit 50 points. 51 points as it stands. That's great. That's really great. Anything above 19th, though, is an improvement on last year, and we've guaranteed at least 18th place, even if everything goes against us today. Here you go, Ebbsfleet, though. They might punish us. They might completely destroy us today, looking for a playoff place. I'm going to go slightly deeper defence as we clear up the pitch, but they win the ball back, and it's over the top for their left winger, and it's 2-0, and we're having all sorts of problems down that side of the pitch. It's a game where maybe I do need fullbacks. Can we continue to score, though? If we can keep scoring, we've scored so many games in a row, that would be lovely. They're all over us, though. They really are. Ebbsfleet are just... They've got a lot of money, by the way, and they might be a professional team. I'm not 100% sure. But it's 3-0. Martis is completely destroying us. I'm going to bring... Markland's going to play left back. Thompson's coming on for Uli Kunli, and we're playing full back. This is a stupid tactic. I can't play this. We're not going to have any defensive midfielders. We're changing it up. It doesn't matter now for the last day of the season. Let's play Mills as a box-to-box midfielder. Woodland in central midfield. DJ there. We will just pump it long and exploit the middle. It's a disappointing way to end the season, but it doesn't matter, does it? We're down to 16th place now. 13th is far too high. We'd have all got nosebleeds and bled to death. Here's Woodland. Can he clear it up the pitch? He does. Now we've got fullbacks. We should hopefully be able to stop the wingers, but they're probably going to cut us open down the middle now, aren't they? And that's what they're doing. It's 4-0. It's not good today for the fans at Regenerated Road. I hope you guys aren't too harsh on Twitter. because we've survived. We have survived. They're looking uninterested. Richard Wilson's looking uninterested. What I'm going to do is he's going to play left back. Markland's going to come off for the legend that is Dr. Jones, and we're going to play this formation. Hit early crosses into the box. We'll push up to the normal defensive line. That might be a problem, in fact. Dr. Jones is going to play as a shadow striker. DJ will play as an advanced playmaker support. Let's go with that. Let's just try something different for this second half. It's obviously not working against Ebbsfleet, but we're in our flip-flops, aren't we? That's the thing. We've survived. The players are they're already thinking about Skegness and all that candy floss they're going to consume over the summer holidays. Still got it on attacking. That's my intent. I want to attack. I want to score goals. We're not going to score goals today by the looks of it, but we'll give it our best shot. Whoa, I was going to blast up the pitch for Young to hit one from 40 yards out. Nope. Cleared up the pitch. Oh, this is an opportunity for Dr. Jones, who could have ended it with a bang. I bet he couldn't. He put it wide. Callum Davis is going to... The strikers just haven't done it today, but I'm actually going to bring him on for DJ. And he's going to play... I'm going to swap him with Jack Young, who's going to play as the shadow striker. I'll swap him with Dr. Jones. Moving them all around here. Well, whatever I've done has certainly stopped Ebbsfleet. But maybe they just feel sorry for me today. This is going to be 5. It's wide. Oh, that's a surprise. It's not a good performance. I'm not going to be harsh on the guys at the end of the match, though, because we've survived. That was the ultimate aim of the season. We're in 15th place as well, which is not bad going. I said anywhere between like 15th and 11th at the start of the season would have been an incredible achievement. I'm not going to say... Rich Wilson's switched off. I'm going to be a bit harsh on him because he's looking uninterested. But everyone else is fine. We're relaxed and motivated ahead of next season. 51 points. 51 points. What an achievement for the team. And thing is, if we finished 13th, it would have been very hard to finish above that next season. So I don't want to give myself too hard a target next season. The target now is to finish above 15th next season. So the team's going down. Bath, Margate and Whitehawk. That is a surprise. Sutton United, St Albans, Ebbsfleet and Bognor Regis have made the playoffs. I'm going to be doing a season overview once again, a season review, and we will have a look at who wins the playoffs and a few other things. We'll discuss the team ratings, how everyone's done. But there will be a little short video before that, an extra special video before that, so keep your eye out for that. But thanks for watching season 2 of Regen Rovers. We have survived! Please hit that like button, that would be much appreciated for our survival. We managed to get over 900 likes on last season's relegation battle. I guess that was just because of the nature of how we survived. But if we can get, 400 likes a day, that would be fabulous. If you haven't subscribed yet, and you just watch this via Twitter or anything, please subscribe to the channel. Set up a YouTube channel and subscribe. Remember to follow Regen Rovers on Twitter. If you've got any questions for me regarding Regen Rovers, it's best to contact me on Golden FM Twitter, because Regen Rovers, I'm trying to act like a real club, so I won't be answering questions about the series or YouTube or anything from Regen Rovers. I will do from Golden FM though. Until next time guys, enjoy Football Manager. I'll see you very soon.